Hey there folks, Mike Rowe here, and let's talk about a job that's often overlooked but always underfoot. We're diving into the world of turf technicians. These are the men and women who transform ordinary patches of grass into vibrant, healthy lawns. You see that perfectly manicured golf course? Or the lush emerald green of a professional soccer field? That's the handiwork of a turf technician. They're the unsung heroes of outdoor spaces, the artists of the green canvas. These folks are scientists, artists, and caretakers all rolled into one. They understand the delicate balance of soil, water, and nutrients needed to create a thriving lawn. So, if you've got a passion for the outdoors, a love of nature, and an eye for detail, then stick around. Forget those boring office jobs where you're glued to a computer screen all day. Being a turf technician is about getting your hands dirty, breathing in the fresh air, and witnessing the fruits of your labor firsthand. You're not just mowing lawns, you're creating and maintaining living ecosystems. Think of it like this: you're a doctor for lawns, diagnosing problems and prescribing the right treatments. A well-maintained lawn is a thing of beauty, and as a turf technician, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing you played a key role in creating that beauty. But it's not just about the science and artistry of it all, it's also about the lifestyle. As a turf technician, you'll be trading in fluorescent lights for sunshine and fresh air. You'll be spending your days outdoors surrounded by the beauty of nature. And the best part? You don't need a fancy college degree to get started in this field. It's a trade that values experience and practical skills, offering a pathway to a good-paying, stable career without the burden of student loan debt. Alright, you're ready to ditch the fluorescent lights and trade spreadsheets for spreaders. Good for you. Now let's talk about how you actually get started on this turf technician journey. The good news is, you don't need a fancy degree to get your foot in the door. Many folks start out by landing entry-level positions at landscaping companies, golf courses, or even sports fields. Don't be afraid to start at the bottom rung. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. You'll be surprised how much you can learn just by observing experienced technicians, asking questions, and most importantly, getting your hands dirty. The key is to be eager, observant, and willing to put in the effort. One of the best things about this field is that a lot of the learning happens on the job. You'll be out there in the elements, working directly with the turf, and seeing firsthand how different treatments and techniques impact its health. This hands-on experience is invaluable and will teach you far more than any textbook ever could. Don't be shy about asking questions. Veteran technicians are often a wealth of knowledge and are usually happy to share their expertise. The more you observe and inquire, the faster you'll develop your own skills and understanding of turf management. It's like a masterclass in turf management, taught in the real-world classroom of the great outdoors. Now, while hands-on experience is crucial, adding some formal training to your repertoire can give you a competitive edge. There are a number of certification programs and courses available that can deepen your knowledge and demonstrate your commitment to the profession. Organizations like the National Association of Landscape Professionals and the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America offer industry-recognized certifications that can boost your credibility and earning potential. These programs cover topics like turfgrass science, pest management, irrigation systems, and environmental stewardship. Think of it as an investment in your future, equipping you with the knowledge and credentials to advance in your career. As you embark on your turf technician journey, it's helpful to connect with others in the field. Attending industry events, joining professional organizations, and even following online forums can provide valuable networking opportunities and keep you updated on the latest trends and technologies. Don't underestimate the power of mentorship. Connecting with experienced professionals can provide invaluable guidance, support, and even potential job leads. Building relationships within the industry can open doors and create lasting connections. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, money. You might be pleasantly surprised to learn that a career in turf management can be surprisingly lucrative. Entry-level positions might start out around minimum wage, but as you gain experience, specialize your skills, and maybe even earn a few certifications, your earning potential starts to climb. Experienced turf technicians, especially those with specialized knowledge in areas like pesticide application or irrigation systems, can earn a comfortable living. We're talking salaries that can support a family, buy a house, and maybe even afford a riding lawnmower for your own lawn. Not bad for a job that lets you work outdoors and play in the dirt. One of the things I love about the trades is that there are so many different paths you can take. Turf management is no different. You might start out as a member of a lawn care crew, learning the ropes and working your way up to crew leader. From there, you could become a specialist, focusing on things like irrigation, pest control, or even athletic field maintenance. Some folks find their niche working for golf courses, resorts, or even professional sports teams, ensuring those pristine playing surfaces are always in tip-top shape. The point is, the turf management field is full of possibilities, and your career path is limited only by your own ambition and imagination. Now I know what you're thinking. Nothing in life is free, Mike. While you don't need a 4-year degree to get into turf management, there are some costs associated with training and certification. Certification programs like those offered by the NALP or GCSAA can range in price depending on the level and specialization, but remember, those certifications can boost your earning potential and make you more attractive to employers. So do your research, explore your options, and remember, the right training can pay dividends for years to come. Now, while a good paycheck is important, let's be honest, it's not the only thing that matters in a job. And when it comes to job satisfaction, turf management scores pretty high on the list. First off, you get to work outdoors. That's right, no more fluorescent lights or stuffy cubicles. You'll be soaking up the sun, breathing in fresh air, and enjoying the beauty of nature every single day. Secondly, you'll be making a tangible difference in the world. Think about it. You're the one responsible for those lush green lawns, those pristine golf courses, those vibrant athletic fields. It's about taking pride in your work, knowing that you're making a positive impact on the environment and the community. Let's face it, folks, staring at a computer screen all day in a cramped cubicle isn't exactly a recipe for a happy life. Now imagine trading that soul-crushing routine for a job where your office is a sprawling green expanse under a wide-open sky. That's the reality for turf technicians. Every day is a chance to lace up your boots, breathe in the fresh air, and get your hands dirty in the most satisfying way possible. As a turf technician, you'll be soaking up the sunshine, feeling the breeze on your face, and enjoying the symphony of nature all around you. It's a job that keeps you active, engaged, and connected to the natural world. One of the coolest things about being a turf technician is that you get a front row seat to the ever-changing spectacle of nature. You'll witness the vibrant greens of spring give way to the lush growth of summer, followed by the golden hues of fall and the quiet dormancy of winter. Each season brings its own unique beauty and its own set of challenges, keeping you engaged and learning year-round. In the spring, you'll be reviving dormant turf, aerating the soil, and laying down fertilizer to encourage new growth. Summer is all about keeping up with mowing, irrigation, and pest control as the grass thrives in the heat. Fall brings the satisfying task of leaf removal and preparing the turf for winter dormancy. Now I know what you're thinking. Mike, are you trying to tell me that mowing lawns is therapeutic? And you know what? It can be. There's a certain zen-like quality to turf care, a meditative rhythm to the work that can be surprisingly calming. Think about it. You're outdoors, surrounded by nature, the sun on your back, and the hum of the mower as your constant companion. You're not stuck in traffic. You're not glued to a screen. You're not bombarded with emails and deadlines. It's just you, the turf, and the task at hand. There's a sense of accomplishment that comes from transforming a patchy, weed-infested lawn into a lush green carpet. Section 4. Building a greener future. The environmental impact of turf professionals. Here's something you might not expect. Turf technicians play a crucial role in protecting our environment. That's right, folks, those folks tending to our lawns and athletic fields are on the front lines of environmental stewardship. They're not just making things pretty, they're protecting our water, our soil, and our air. Think about it. Turf grass acts like a giant filter, absorbing rainwater, preventing erosion and reducing runoff. It helps to cool the air, reduce noise pollution, and even sequester carbon from the atmosphere. But to do all that good stuff, turf grass needs to be healthy and well-maintained. And that's where skilled turf technicians come in. They're trained in the latest techniques for integrated pest management, using the least amount of pesticides and herbicides possible. They understand the importance of soil health, water conservation, and using fertilizers responsibly. They're constantly learning about new technologies and practices that minimize their environmental impact while maximizing the benefits of healthy turf grass. So the next time you see a turf technician out there working their magic, give them a nod of thanks. They're not just making our world more beautiful, they're helping to keep it healthy for generations to come. Section 1. Turf Titan Transformation. The high school dropout who became a golf course guru. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Mike, this all sounds great, but is this really a career for someone like me? I'm not exactly what you'd call a school person. Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't need a fancy degree to succeed in turf management. Let me tell you about Tony. Tony was a high school burnout, barely graduated, no interest in college, dead-end jobs, feeling like a failure. His uncle offered him a job mowing lawns. Better than flipping burgers. That job changed his life. He loved the work, outdoors, physicality, transforming lawns. He soaked up knowledge like a sponge. From zero to hero, how one woman turned her love of lawns into a six-figure business. Now, some of you ladies out there might be thinking, this turf technician stuff sounds kind of like a man's world. Well, let me tell you another story. This one's about a woman named Maria, a single mom who proved that the turf game is anything but a boys' club. Maria always had a knack for gardening. Her own little backyard was the envy of the neighborhood, a lush oasis of colorful flowers and perfectly manicured shrubs. But after a divorce left her struggling to make ends meet, she realized her green thumb could be more than just a hobby. She started small, offering lawn care services to her neighbors. Word spread quickly about her attention to detail, her fair prices, and her infectious enthusiasm. Soon she had more clients than she could handle on her own, so she reinvested her earnings, hired a couple of helpers, and got herself a used pickup truck and a trailer full of equipment. Now let's talk about the big leagues, folks. I'm talking about the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Olympics of turf management. Because believe it or not, there are turf technicians out there who are responsible for making sure those high-stakes playing fields are in absolute peak condition. Take George, for example. George is a turf grass whisperer, a grass guru, a sultan of sod. He's the head groundskeeper for a Major League Baseball team, and his resume reads like a who's who of sporting events. He's prepped fields for the Super Bowl, the World Series, even the Olympics. The pressure is on, the eyes of the world are watching, and a slip-up could mean a career-ending fumble. George didn't get to where he is by accident. He's got a degree in turfgrass science, years of experience under his belt, and a work ethic that would put a Clydesdale to shame. He's up before dawn and doesn't stop until the stadium lights are out, meticulously monitoring every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every drop of water. Beyond the green unexpected perks and adventures in the life of a turf pro, it's not all sweat and calloused hands. There are some pretty cool perks to the job too. You get to work in amazing places, from championship golf courses to historic landmarks. There's also travel opportunities and a tight-knit community of passionate professionals. The degree delusion, busting myths about success and education. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Mike, this all sounds great, but I don't have a college degree. Isn't that a prerequisite for any decent job these days? Well, let me tell you something, folks. That kind of thinking is what I call the degree delusion. It's this idea that a 4-year college degree is the only path to a good job, a good salary, and a good life. And it's simply not true. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying college is a bad thing. For some folks it's the right choice. But for a lot of people it's a recipe for debt, disappointment, and a job market that doesn't value their skills. We've been sold this bill of goods that everyone needs a college degree, and it's created a whole generation saddled with student loans and a lack of practical skills. The truth is, there are tons of good-paying, in-demand jobs out there that don't require a 4-year degree. Jobs like electricians, plumbers, welders, HVAC technicians, and yes, turf technicians. These are the folks who keep our lights on, our water running, and our lawns looking pristine. And they're in high demand, folks. The degree delusion busting myths about success and education. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Mike, this all sounds great, but I don't have a college degree. Isn't that a prerequisite for any decent job these days? Well, let me tell you something, folks. That kind of thinking is what I call the degree delusion. It's this idea that a 4-year college degree is the only path to a good job, a good salary, and a good life. And it's simply not true. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying college is a bad thing. For some folks it's the right choice. But for a lot of people it's a recipe for debt, disappointment, and a job market that doesn't value their skills. We've been sold this bill of goods that everyone needs a college degree, and it's created a whole generation saddled with student loans and a lack of practical skills. The truth is, there are tons of good-paying, in-demand jobs out there that don't require a 4-year degree. Jobs like electricians, plumbers, welders, HVAC technicians, and yes, turf technicians. These are the folks who keep our lights on, our water running, and our lawns looking pristine. And they're in high demand, folks. The degree delusion busting myths about success and education. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Mike, this all sounds great, but I don't have a college degree. Isn't that a prerequisite for any decent job these days? Well, let me tell you something, folks. That kind of thinking is what I call the degree delusion. It's this idea that a 4-year college degree is the only path to a good job, a good salary, and a good life. And it's simply not true. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying college is a bad thing. For some folks it's the right choice. But for a lot of people it's a recipe for debt, disappointment, and a job market that doesn't value their skills. We've been sold this bill of goods that everyone needs a college degree, and it's created a whole generation saddled with student loans and a lack of practical skills. The truth is, there are tons of good-paying, in-demand jobs out there that don't require a 4-year degree. Jobs like electricians, plumbers, welders, HVAC technicians, and yes, turf technicians. These are the folks who keep our lights on, our water running, and our lawns looking pristine. And they're in high demand, folks. The skills gap. Why trade schools and hands-on learning are back in demand. We're facing a skills gap in this country. Companies are desperate for skilled workers, people who can build things, fix things, and grow things, but there aren't enough people to fill those jobs because somewhere along the line, we decided that working with our hands wasn't as valuable as working with our minds. Well, I'm here to tell you that the trades are back, baby. And they're not just for high school dropouts anymore. More and more people are realizing that a career in the trades can offer a great living, job security, and the satisfaction of building something tangible with your own 2 hands. Trade schools and apprenticeship programs are seeing a resurgence in popularity as people are realizing that a 2-year degree or a hands-on apprenticeship can be a faster, more affordable path to a rewarding career. And the best part is, you graduate with little to no debt and in-demand skills that employers are literally begging for. Section 3, the turf is calling. Are you ready to answer? So what are you waiting for? If you're tired of the cubicle grind, if you're drowning in student loan debt, if you're looking for a career that's both challenging and rewarding, then maybe it's time to consider a career in turf management. The turf industry is booming, and there's never been a better time to get involved. The demand for skilled turf technicians is high, the earning potential is excellent, and the job satisfaction is through the roof. You'll be working outdoors, making a tangible difference in the world, and joining a community of passionate professionals who take pride in their work. And the best part is, You don't need a college degree to get started, you just need a strong work ethic, a willingness to learn, and a love of the great outdoors. The rest, as they say, is just grass stains and sunshine. So ditch the suit and tie, lace up those work boots, and get ready to answer the call of the turf. Your dream job awaits. So there you have it, folks. We've dug deep into the world of turf technicians, unearthing the secrets, the skills, and the sheer satisfaction that this often overlooked profession has to offer. It's not just about mowing lawns, it's about mastering a craft, about understanding the science of nature, about creating and maintaining those vibrant green spaces that make our world a more beautiful and enjoyable place. We've seen how these unsung heroes, from high school dropouts to single moms, from neighborhood landscapers to Super Bowl field whisperers, are proving that you don't need a fancy degree to find a fulfilling and lucrative career path. They're demonstrating that hard work, dedication, and a passion for the outdoors can lead to success, all while avoiding the soul-crushing debt of a traditional four-year college education. And in a world increasingly dominated by technology and automation, where we're glued to screens and detached from the natural world, turf technicians stand as a refreshing reminder that some of the most rewarding work involves getting your hands dirty, breathing in the fresh air, and connecting with the earth beneath our feet. Now, I know what some of you are still thinking. Mike, this all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually make this happen? Where do I even begin? Well, the first step, my friends, is simple. Believe in yourself. Believe that you have what it takes to succeed in a field that values hard work, practical skills, and a love of the outdoors. Don't let the lack of a college degree hold you back. Don't let the fear of getting your hands dirty scare you off. And don't let anyone tell you that a career in turf management is anything less than honorable, challenging, and downright rewarding. The resources are out there, folks. Trade schools, apprenticeship programs, online courses, industry organizations. They're all waiting to equip you with the knowledge and skills you need to thrive in this growing field. All you have to do is take that first step, to answer the call of the green, to embrace the challenge and the rewards that await those brave enough to get their hands dirty and make a difference. We're living in a time when our planet needs more than just lip service, it needs action. It needs people who understand the delicate balance of nature, who are willing to get their hands dirty to protect our environment, and who see the value in creating and maintaining those green spaces that sustain us both physically and mentally. That's where you come in, folks. By choosing a career in turf management, you're not just choosing a job, you're joining a movement. You're becoming a champion of the green, an advocate for sustainable practices, a steward of our planet's most precious resource, the very ground beneath our feet. So, let's ditch the outdated notion that success is only found behind a desk, confined within four walls, staring at a screen. Let's redefine what it means to have a good job, a good life, and a good impact on the world around us. Let's get our hands dirty, folks, and together, let's build a greener, more sustainable future, one blade of grass at a time.